How's it going, everyone? As you saw from the intro there, today is a tech review. Rolling up my sleeves already. That's how sick this review is going to be today. Today we are talking about the Canon 100mm macro lens. I haven't had this lens very long, but I'm already madly in love with it. I've been looking at this for quite some time now, and I actually got really lucky and I traded it on Facebook Marketplace for my 70-200 f4L lens, and yeah, it's just more or less a straight swap, which I was really proud of. The L lens, I did have the 70-200, was my first ever L lens, and I was sad to let it go, but I just wasn't using it, and I really wanted another prime lens. I've really got into doing more prime lens work stuff, and it's just easier for me. But I did love the focal range between that 70-200. I would have gone for the 135. 100 is more in my price bracket, and having the macro, it's just awesome having like 2-in-1. It's great. Having so much, I literally feel like a kid again. The first time you ever buy like a Canon 50mm 1.8 and you're taking photos of everything, just getting that shallow depth of field. I'm just like doing that again with this. It's insane. So I'm not going to dive in deep with the specs. If you know me on this channel, then that's not something I do. I just talk about it from my personal experience and why I suggest that maybe you should go out and buy it. Starting off, as you know, it's 100mm focal range, so that is really lovely for if you're doing portrait photography, or if you're doing product photography, or even like sports photography. It comes in very handy. Having the 2.8 aperture is incredible. Getting that lovely shallow depth of field, letting in all that light is great. And like I said, having that macro is nuts. Like how close you can get to things and how much detail is in this for like product photography. If you're doing high details, if you're into doing like, I don't know, little creepy crawly bugs and plants, you're gonna love this lens. I mean, you can get macro lenses on a 35mm and a 50mm, and I believe maybe an 85, could be wrong there. For me, this was to replace the 70-200. So yeah, this was perfect. Always about budget for me. If you're like me, if you know me, that I am trying to become a full-time photographer and filmmaker like many other people out here, and on YouTube and on Instagram and on any other social platform out there. We're all trying to do the same. Budget is our main priority, and yeah, as you can see from that footage there, I should really just stop like throwing this around. I like to talk with my hands. It's just it's just easier. It gives more character to what I'm saying. I'm doing it again. So this 100mm, as you saw from that footage there, is so crisp and so clean. I actually managed to balance it on the gimbal. Because of the USR and the adapter I have on it at the moment, I am limited to the range of motion I have on it. I mean, that's purely my own issue at the moment. I'm not always doing 100% gimbal moves when I'm using the gimbal. You know, I just got to work with these problems, really. I've got to work with these problems. This lens doesn't weigh too much. I don't know the exact weight of it, but generally in my hand it doesn't feel that heavy. For filming it is good. Unfortunately, it is not the L series lens, so obviously it doesn't have the classic red ring on it. But like I keep saying, it's a budget friendly channel here. So if you are going to be filming on it, either have it on a tripod or in gimbal, or somehow you just have incredibly steady hands, and fair play to you if you do, because that is some skill. If you can hold 100mm completely flat with no image stabilization and no in-body stabilization, hats off to you, my friend. Whew. You are sick. Is there anything I've missed? I know I said I'm not going over the specs, that's not what it's for. Should I have it up here? Should I put it up here so you guys can see it? I've only had this lens for a very short amount of time at the moment, and I can already feel that it's going to be in pretty much my camera bag every time I go on a shoot now. It's just, I love the focal range, I love the 2.8 depth of field, I love the macro abilities, I love the weight, and the size of it is just not, it's not too big, it's not too heavy, it's just a perfect lens. If you're into prime lenses and your budget's quite low, I recommend the 100mm macro. You can get just a standard 100mm, which I believe is cheaper without the macro, but I thought, you know, two birds, one stone. I believe at the moment this lens is going for about £400 to £500. You can find them a lot cheaper on second-hand websites, but I just got very lucky and I actually found someone who wanted to trade with me. So if any of you guys are out there that are looking at buying a new lens, regardless if it's this lens, regardless if it's a wide-angle lens or a fisheye, I really recommend putting it on to like Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree or eBay, anywhere where someone else can maybe offer you something in exchange. It doesn't have to be another lens, it could be some other camera parts, some lighting, I don't know, computer parts, whatever else you're after. It's very good. There's a lot of people out there that are all in the same boat, we're all trying to help each other out. I think that'll do us today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If there's anything else that you want to know about this lens or about myself and this channel, leave it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. For you guys who have subscribed, I'll see you back to the vlog format tomorrow. Bye bye.